Process work has many elements, but when I think about the bare bones, in my experience over the years that I've been a student of process work, the first thing I would say is the beauty within life as it is and within me as I am. Opening the curtain onto your own stage and getting to be exactly where you are, getting to real, which is no easy thing to get to real. That's a very deep thing. And to come alive in the here and now of the everyday world, the world of subjective experience that both repel and attract us, and the deeper visions that unify us in the moment. And those three levels, getting here, getting to real, and coming alive, are one interactive, very dynamic process. Life is what it is. We're not trying to change life. We're trying to follow and notice the change that is already happening. And changes happen through the tiniest little signals first. And so we try and catch those signals before they become overwhelming or terrifying, and go back so that we can follow the change that's actually happening. The beauty in life as it is, rather than infer and interpret what things mean. Process work makes visible a very sophisticated process structure within whatever experience you're having. Is one aspect of that structure, signals and double signals, which is part of a large information system. The second aspect, access to inner resources. That's a paradox. Inner resources have seemingly two opposing parts. One, the ability for centeredness, to be centered, to get back on center, to find your center, to lose your center, to love your center, whatever it is, to be able to stay in the moment when everything around you looks like it's going to crumble. The other inner resource is detachment, which seems the opposite to centeredness because it's going far out, that you can reach to something larger. And the beauty of these differentiated inner resources is that they are beyond context. We have social roles in societies that can make you feel cramped, can make you feel wonderful. Some give you more rank, some are minority experiences, some are brutal, some give you a lot of power and advantage. Then we have positional roles that come with our station in life, come with the organization or the context we're in. These inner resources are innate strengths. They're personal powers that are beyond context. The beauty of that is that they can lessen the psychological impact of oppressive experiences. So inner resources mean everything to me, and inner resources, everything in the world is in me. I can find myself in every experience in the world, and in the world is me. This is a symmetrical paradox, centeredness and detachment. These are very central inner powers. The third aspect of process work I want to mention here is something that Arnold Mindell called dynamic phases. And I'll just take us through a little walk in the park around the cycle of phases. Phases in the sense that any experience you're having can contain all of the phases almost at the same time, moment by moment. It's not a linear phase idea. So phase one would be a moment where everything's fine. I can cope with things as they are. I don't want to rock the boat. Just keep going as it is. Fine, fine, fine. It's a fine day. Phase 2, oh, it's not okay. I cannot at this moment risk seeing my situation from another side right now. My survival depends on where I am in my own setting. I have very good reasons for not budging and staying in my own viewpoint. Phase 3, you know that moment when you're able to accommodate more perspectives. That's the idea of phase 3. Often we flow between 2 and 3. And phase 4, when even for a moment I can sense a deeper meaning in the whole beauty of life with all its imperfections. These phases are really helpful when trying to understand a really confusing and difficult situation. You can just ask yourself, I wonder what phase I'm in. And you'll notice, wow, you'll get more insight because awareness is the tool that we have to see more of the invisible information. And the fourth aspect is called field effect. The physical and manifest world is one big energetic field and originates from essence. It's connected to the idea of change and flow. It's a super helpful skill to be able to sense essences. That's why detachment is so important, that you can go fuzzy and sense something that is not quite manifest yet. Information signals that we have for these essences to be able to find them and catch them are things like atmosphere and moods and disturbances. Process Work's specialty is finding within a disturbance you hate the exact medicine for the situation. We don't infer the solution, we don't guess the solution or make up the solution. The solution, strangely, is embedded in a very real way within the structure of the disturbance itself. The energetic field that contains dreams and visions and deeper aspirations before they're born into everyday reality, which we call consensus reality, start to push through into everyday life through little disturbances. Field effect, the energetic field that's connected to change and flow. Some of you may have heard of Rupert Sheldrake's work of the morphogenic field that resonates. Mindell, of course, talked about the process mind or the system mind, that every context has a larger mind. Einstein said, I want to know the mind of God, the rest is detail. The idea of the Tao or yin and yang. David Bohm talked about the implicate wholeness of life, the great physicist. He said the source of intelligence is not in the brain, it's enfolded in the whole. Steiner said the largest number in the whole wide world is the number 1, because everything is contained in one. Amazing idea. Complexity theory talks about the strange attractor. Things happen not from causes from the past, but the future pulling you forward. Of course, that's a big idea in theory U. Accessing these essences in the big field through sensing atmosphere, daydreams, night dreams, also disturbances, conflicts and body symptoms. These are core to catching the entire spectrum of information that we're swimming in. Signals and double signals, little bleep bleeps on the towers of the landscape to give us more information that we can take in and pass on than we could see from just standing in one spot and looking at the landscape. There we go. It's bare bones. So that's the best I could do for today. Process Work.